what is effective child protection in churches? Well, first of all, we've got to focus, I believe, on positive management strategies and not negative procedural strategies. It's not about forms, it is about training. Okay. It's about the sorts of information I am giving, which may be alarming and disturbing, but it's happened. And it's the best way to prevent fires is alertness and not to have the fire safety manual. That's the bottom line. So training, alertness, awareness are some of the key issues. Whenever I get involved with child protection training, I have to confess it's been a long time since I've been doing it. I've been busy with so many other things, but I actually begin with very simple stuff. How many of you in this room can tell me where the first aid kit is in your church? Well, not many. The rest of you must be pastors. I know it's a terribly simple thing, but most issues which involve kids in our programs are minor things, but we do need to know where the first aid kit is. We need to know where the bandages are, all those sorts of things, and somebody needs to be responsible for keeping that first aid kit stocked. So I might talk about safety in the room, safety plans in the creche, not stacking chairs 15 chairs high because kids are rambunctious and they run around after the main program's over and they might knock the chairs over. Simple things just to attune people to the need just to be thinking about safety issues in the locations where we have children's ministry. And then I would talk also about child sexual abuse. I think it's really important to work together with other local churches. There's been a fabulous level of cooperation, I think, in New South Wales at the denominational level and maybe in other states as well. But I think it also needs to come down to the local level. There's not many people who are good at training. We're all volunteers, we're all time poor. So what about organising a training programme for all the churches in your area, not just one? We work so much in isolation from each other. And the SDA, maybe more so than most, you have a tradition, have you not, of your own hospitals, your own schools. Yeah. Terrific tradition. You've made an enormous contribution to the social well-being through those things. But there's that tradition of we do it alone. And I think that we don't have the resources usually to do it alone. So drawing on the resources of the whole church in order to keep all of our children safe seems to me to be really important. And making sure that parents feel comfortable with the children's programme. I had a situation a few years ago where I was involved with the 6 and 7-year-olds, and this male leader was just looking over one of the tables. You know how they do craft and things, and just put his hand on a kid's shoulder and made a sort of, nonchalant but jet away. Mum happened to be in the room. She went berserk. Now, we dealt with that by, just affirming that Mum was okay to go berserk. It was a total overreaction. She was probably a bit of a paranoid mum. There was nothing that happened. It was a very trivial incident. But I think it's important in those instances to make sure that parents feel that their concerns, whether they're realistic or unrealistic, are respected, and that we just had a quiet word with him and said, not a good idea with that child.